Hello and welcome to The B-Side, where we take an honest look at the UK music industry. I'm Saskia, aka Sassy, and my guest today is a phenomenal artist, producer and songwriter who has headlined venues such as the Jazz Cafe, O'Meara and Old St Pancras Church, which is a beautiful venue. I love that place, just amazing. She is such a gem and the neo-soul sweetheart from Newham. It's Lizzie Berchie. Hi, Lizzie.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. When I thought to ask you, because obviously we know each other, which is such a privilege for me.
Stop it.
I was just seeing your rise, I just was it's such an inspirational story for people that are maybe starting out now and think that maybe, it's too competitive. I just felt like your story is such an important one to hear. So I'm so glad you're here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No, I'm really happy to be here too. I love talking.
This we will see, everyone. This we will see.
Yep.
So I'm going to start with a question that I ask everyone, first question, because I feel like it's double-sided with you in that you are an artist in your own right, but you also have worked in the other end of the industry, as in the back end of record labels and things like that.
Yep.
So my first question is, what was your first job in music?
My first job in music was as a social media, I'm trying to remember exact audience and engagement manager at AWOL on a project for Sanssouci, who is an amazing artist. They create electronic, pop, dance, indie music. Absolutely incredible. Superstar. That was my first role in music. A great project to start with. And then from there, I moved on to Warner, which is where we met.
It is.
And I was an audience and engagement. Wow, why can't I get the terms out? Audience and engagement intern. Quite frankly, I think audience and engagement is such a silly name for it because they just rebrand social media management.
I was going to say,
the time.
It's pretty much that, right?
It's basically just social media management.
Right.
But every couple of years, they like to rebrand the whole name. And I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went on to be a coordinator in the same field. And then after a year in that role, I moved on to be a junior international marketing manager. Mm-hmm. Still within Warner, still within the same major label system. But yeah, it taught me so much. Mm-hmm. I don't know where you want me to start because, there's so much to talk about there.
It's a journey. So when you first went for your first role, were you just interested in social media? Did you have a profile already? How did you get into it?
So I was studying at the time. I was studying at Leeds Conservatoire and I was coming to the end of my time there and I was like, I really need to start figuring out what on earth I'm going to do when I leave. I was a bit of a busybody whilst I was at uni. So it's not like I didn't have any experience doing things and I could have been okay, but I'm very much someone who's a forward thinker. I want to start the next thing before I've even finished what I'm doing now. So before I'd even graduated, I was like, I need to start looking for jobs. I need to start looking for experience. I should probably start looking for experience whilst I'm still living off of student loan too, so that I'm not thugging it out for a salary.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. My first internship was actually at a family friend's father's sports business that he was setting up at the time. So I was doing basketball to begin with.
Wow, okay.
Which is crazy. And then from then on, I moved on, worked with other platforms, doing social media, with the Blues Project, who I still have a really close relationship with to this day and still do bits for them. They're such an amazing platform and me and Simi are I have so much love and respect for her. So yeah, I kind of was just I need to get going. As much as I love music, I was not naive to the fact that it's not the most promising career. And I was like, I might as well find a job that is going to teach me things that are also going to aid my artist career, but then also pays because, I like the finer things in life.
Well, we all have to live.
Exactly.
Okay?
We all have to live. I have African parents, so they're like, girl, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Very supportive, very lovely, but always so... what's the plan?
Yeah.
And I don't know. But yeah, I think I've been really, really lucky and privileged to have had roles kind of fall into place for me that have all been connected in some way and have like aided each other. So yeah.
So what were you studying?
I was studying songwriting.
Oh, wow. Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. Well, put that degree to use. I tell you what.
Yeah.
That is amazing. I love that. I love that. So when you were at uni, as you say, you're sort of like, I'm being realistic. I need a job. Did you always think you would go into the kind of audience and engagement sort of marketing role, or was it just...
I didn't.
No?
I think a lot of the path for music students is teaching. And I told myself very quickly, I don't want to go into teaching because it is such a comfortable career. Like, I think it's actually an incredibly rewarding career. And I was like, I don't want to fall in love with it, because I could see myself really falling in love with kids exploring music, you know, the same way I did when I was in school. I absolutely have so much admiration for my music teachers. So I stayed very clear from that. Like, I don't want to fall into teaching because I genuinely would fall in love with it. Like some of my good friends have. It's so rewarding. So I kind of told myself very quickly, you need to find something else that you kind of can do. And, you know, I wasn't exactly a social media whiz, but I thought it can't be that hard to learn. And so I just started seeking out ways to just, you know, look at other people's social campaigns, see what was compelling about what other people were doing. Pink Pantheress was one of the first case studies I really got into before I started working. I just thought she was such an enigma and such an interesting case study. And like, you know, it was really amazing that later on I actually did get to work that project. So yeah, it was kind of just building from ground zero. No experience to figuring it out yourself and just putting yourself in places to get the experience so that you can actually get a full-time job in it. Yeah.
So with that then, like in the back of your mind, in terms of, I'm learning how to market a campaign, I can use this knowledge towards my own releases. Did you have that thought as well?
I think it was always in the back of my mind. I unfortunately am such a people pleaser, so it's always them first. But then I was just like, I could probably like apply this to myself.
Of course.
It is very difficult to practice what you preach, though.
Yes.
I must say, as much as you tell artists, oh, you really need to be doing this online, I would kind of take a step back and look at myself as an artist and be like, I'm not doing any of those things. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm the worst with posting. I'm not a consistent poster. So as much as I was helping out with other people, I did always have it in the back of my mind, like, apply it to your own music, apply it to your own things. But yeah, I admit, much harder to do in reality than it is.
Well, it's the same with anything, right? You
Absolutely.
can be like, this is the best thing to do, and then if you say it to yourself, you're like, well, I'm not going to do that though.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, I
it's
don't want to do
such
that.
a strange
It's
psychology.
so strange. You can't help but feel like a hypocrite. You're like, I'm so sorry for forcing you to make all these cringe dance TikToks when I am not posting
I
a
would
single.
not do that myself. Well, that's it. But I mean, that's also the beauty of being independent, right? And having that ownership over what you do put out there.
Absolutely. I'd say that's one of the best things about working in the industry side and working with artists is I got to see like what worked, what didn't work, what I was comfortable with, what I wouldn't be comfortable with. And I could choose. Like no one was forcing me to do anything. Not that I think labels force anyone to do anything, but the pressure is always like very tangible.
Yes.
And I was just very grateful that I'm so glad I don't have any of the pressure that is being applied to some of the artists that I see at labels, because I would crumble.
It doesn't always make diamonds, right?
I would absolutely crumble.
Yeah.
It would not make a diamond out of me. It'd make a pancake. I'd be flattened. I'd be flattened.
So when you were working full-time alongside building your career as an artist, how did you find that balance?
At first, it was manageable.
Yeah.
I think I was getting on by, for at least the first 2 to 3 years, very well. I had a very supportive manager and supportive team who, you know, I could literally call them at like 11 p.m. and say, I can't come into work tomorrow because I've just been offered a gig to play with Lorcana. And they'd be like, sure. I'd be like, okay, like, there's no one I need to speak to. Like, don't even take a day off. Like, just
amazing.
do what you need to do. It's fine. We'll survive. So that was really nice having a team that was super supportive. But naturally, you know, as you get promotions and your responsibilities start to increase, it was very hard. You know, I wasn't getting much rest. You work from 9 to 6 p.m. in the evening, and then you're running to the studio and you're there till like 9 p.m. and then you're going home, you're trying to eat dinner, and oh no, I didn't buy any broccoli, so now I just have to, do you know what I mean? It's really, really difficult to balance when it gets super busy. And, you know, thank God, like, I can't complain, because it's only a blessing for my music career to be getting busy to the point where, you know, I felt like I can't actually be working full time anymore. And as hard as that was as a decision, because you've really put in everything on the line on your music career for something that was offering a lot of stability, and there was many pros to having a full-time job. But sometimes you just have to make that leap of faith and also be respectful to the role that you're doing. Like, I used to work with artists as a full-time job, and I love and respect artists, and they deserve somebody who can give them the best of them, and I couldn't give them the best of them anymore. So that's when I knew I need to step away.
I mean, that is a flex, that you had to leave your full-time job because you were getting too booked and busy as an artist. Like, well, I remember the day when I found out that you were leaving, and I was just like, oh, like, it was so bittersweet.
I remember your email, actually. You were like, yes!
Yes, but no, I'm going to miss you.
Yeah.
And like, it's just been amazing to watch the steady rise, because as we both know, like, these things don't happen overnight. You might hear about someone one day and all of a sudden they're everywhere, but that is years of dedication and hard work to get there. So it's just, I can't wait to see where you go as well, honestly. This is just the beginning, guys, honestly. Watch this space, because there's just more and more and more to come. You released your music through True Community.
Yes.
And that's a London-based label.
Yeah.
How did that relationship come about?
So True Community is an independent record label run by my manager, Senna, and Kofi Stone, who is a UK rapper. And I basically just hounded Senna on email. I said, hey, here's my music. Like, are you looking for any artists? And he must have played it to Kofi, and Kofi was like, I actually really like this song, would love to do a verse. And that was my first ever single pastime. And at that point, my manager very much was like, I'm not looking for an artist, so like, cool. And I was like, cool, that's cool. And then after a couple months, he was like, actually, I think we should try.
Love that.
And I was like, yay! It was literally like, you know, when you're like dating and then someone's like actually reciprocates the same feelings, and you're like, yay! So we've been working together for like the last 3 years now, which has been amazing. I literally owe them everything.
I mean, they're doing the best. Like,
they are. We've also been working alongside Ditto. Ditto have been giving us all the budget that we need. So shout out Ditto, shout out Huey.
In terms of when you actually first found them, were you messaging not lots of different people, but were you kind of scouting out the sounds that you were liking and being like, these are the people I want to work with, and just kind of sending it out there?
Yeah. It was like, again, final year of uni. I was email blasting everyone for everything regarding any jobs, any like career, any opportunity. And I was just like, I had this little project put together. It was my first EP, a very, very rough version of it. We hadn't really cut all the fat off of it yet. And I was just sending it around thinking, hopefully someone is able to aid with this, because I don't know the first thing about releasing music, which is shocking, having spent 3 years at a music college. I just don't think there is enough education within it actually on how to release music. Like, I think they should genuinely sit down and upload a song with an artist. Because I didn't know what the heck.
You need a catalogue number. You need an ISRC. Like,
and they do go on like, they do kind of touch on it, but I just think it needs to be even more in depth. Like, I think people should be releasing whilst they're in uni. If I could go back, I would have released music whilst I was in uni. I would have not faffed around. I would have just gotten straight to it. But it led me to emailing who is now my manager. So I guess my naivety and ignorance and lack of knowledge led me somewhere. So,
But at least you were searching for the guidance. You
yeah.
weren't kind of just reaching out there in the dark, just being like, I guess this is
Yeah.
right, you know?
Absolutely. Nothing's going to happen for you unless you're a self-starter. That's my
Mm.
biggest thing I always say to people. Like, you can be sitting on the best music ever, but if you're not prepared to, like, get out and do things on your own, nothing's going to happen for you.
So with the whole social media aspect, we know today that, you know, as you say, artists need to be doing TikToks and being cringe, essentially.
Yeah.
So many artists are like, but that's just not what I do.
Yeah.
But it does get them out there and it gets them an audience here
Yeah.
and there. So you do post, but it's very much curated. It's beautiful artwork. It's beautiful videography. Do you have a set team that helps you with that? Is that kind of your vision? How does it work for you?
It's just me, really. In terms of, like, my social media, no one's ever had to govern that for me. I do just post what I like. And I work with such a great creative team in terms of, like, videos and content. So that helps, like, having really good music videos that you can continue to cut down and use. But ultimately, I think when it comes to social media, you just have to be you. Like, if you're not comfortable doing things, don't do it. Like, never do anything you're not comfortable with. You couldn't catch me dancing on TikTok. It's not happening. It's not happening because I can't. I mean, like, I can wind my waist, but that's it. And you're not going to catch me doing, like, a short bank head, like, routine. I'm not Victoria Monet. I know where my lane is. You know, I just like a cutesy photo with some text over it. Something that's emotive. That works for me. I think everybody just needs to find what is their thing, what's comfortable for them. Trying new things, seeing what gets the engagement that they deem as success. Because that's another thing. Some people see 10,000 views as not successful, whereas for me, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's 10,000 pairs of eyes, right?
For some people, it's like if they're not getting 1 million, it's like this post has failed.
Yes.
So yeah, you just have to see what your measure of success is. I've turned off the views on my Instagram. I only found out you can do that, like, last week. And my peace of mind, it's such a lovely thing to have. Instagram needs to just make that across the board. Views and likes should just, like, not exist.
Yeah, because you're just putting it out there because it's something you're proud of, and you're not looking for validation or whatever it is. That's such a good idea, honestly.
Yeah, I think everyone should do it. Turn off your views, turn off your likes, and live peacefully.
So what do you say to the people that want to post, have maybe created a little video, maybe it's them in the studio, maybe it's them singing to the camera, whatever it is, but have the anxiety of, oh my God, what if no one likes this? Oh my God, what if this is embarrassing?
Yeah.
What would you say to those?
Oh, it's a hard one because fear is real. Do you get me? Anxiety is real. And it's really difficult to just snap out of that. You know, I do think it would be very ignorant for me to say, just post it, because it's completely dismissive of real feelings that people are having. I'd say take baby steps. Take baby steps. You could hide your face in the video if you want to, if that's what you're comfortable with. You can maybe just post it on your story. That's a 24-hour thing. It's not going to be there forever. Take baby steps and then find a way to get comfortable with really putting it out there as an everlasting artifact. Yeah, just take the baby steps. It's gonna be fearful. No one enjoys posting, and if you do, then great for you. You're one of the lucky ones,
right? Love that for you.
You're one of the lucky ones. Yeah, I'd say baby steps.
Yeah. So when it comes to actual gig day, what does that look like for you?
Oh gosh, gig day is a mess. Gig day is always a wave of emotion. That's why I really don't like putting on headline shows, because I think I put so much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad for my last EP show, I did St. Pancras, which, you know, was just really comfortable for me. It was a smaller capacity than shows I'd done in the past. And, you know, it was in a church, you know, it feels spiritual. It feels, I grew up singing in a church. It just felt like a place of comfort.
Yeah.
Gig days are, it's a lot. I'm trying not to freak out. I'm not someone who gets nervous, but I am a bit of a control freak.
Okay.
So it'll be little things like sound check is at 5 p.m. and the drummers come at 5:01, and I'm like, where were you?
That would annoy me, to be fair.
Where were you?
You should be like 15 minutes early.
Do you know what I mean?
Right? Got
It's
your
like,
sticks
where
in
was
your hand.
everyone? And all people asking me loads of questions like, hey Liz, where did it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Just figure it out. I can't. I can only think about one thing. I'm so glad that the BTS that they edited paints me out in a much better light than I actually was that day, because I was really just like stone faced, like, can we start now? Can we start? And then it's like I need to preserve my voice, and I'm talking a lot and having to steam, having to be quiet, having to take like throat strepsils and all of that jazz. Yeah. But then once it's done, it's like that advert of Snickers, like, you're not yourself when you're hungry. Like, I just needed to show out the way, and then I'm like all smiles and giggles. Yeah. But before that,
Your business mode.
I am business mode. I am I don't know what the equivalent of a show day bridezilla would be.
Showzilla.
I'm a showzilla. But not too, I'm not too crazy, but I am very, angst.
Because once you know it's all in hand,
Yeah.
then you can relax.
Yeah.
It's, with tech and things, something always likes to go wrong.
It's the tech that actually drives me the most insane. That's what scares me the most.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my life is in the hands of this tiny iPad. This tiny iPad. Bring back the good old PA system days. What is that iPad? I don't want to see that iPad.
The iPad?
What if the battery dies? Then what? Do you know what I mean? I said, bring back the PAs,
For
man.
sure. Mm-hmm.
Bring back the PAs.
So do you have any, once the sound check's done, do you go back to your green room? Do you have any pre-show rituals that you have to do?
Not really, I just kind of like enjoying the presence of my BVs and the band. We do have a really good time. We just chat, giggle,
Nice.
go over little things. I mean, we were just singing Hannah Montana songs before the last show, doing our makeup, getting a little dance in, a little boogie. Yeah, there's not really much of a backstage ritual that we do. I wish there was. I just watched Formula One, and I really loved that movie and enjoyed how Brad Pitt's character always had the card. I was like, I want a snazzy thing, but I can't force it. There's just nothing snazzy to do before stage.
Excuse me, you are very snazzy.
I need
just
a snazzy
yourself.
thing. I need to think of something that feels like a good luck ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Post-show, do you always have a little after party? Do
No.
you go, oh, no.
Food and home.
Love that.
Take me to Flatiron and get me in that cab. I am not one. I don't know. I probably should do an after party one time, but I genuinely am like, love you guys. I'm going. I'm going home as soon as I can. Get me home.
Yeah.
Flatiron first. I love a Flatiron. Get me a Flatiron, some mac and cheese, creamy spinach. Yeah, and then get me in that cab home. The rest that I have, I sleep like no one's ever slept before.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just the high of doing what you love, and then coming out of that space and then being like, okay, I have nothing left.
I will one day be an after party person, but as for now,
Do you know
I
what?
am an after bed.
As you say, don't do anything that you don't want to do.
Absolutely. I hear it.
You're like, food and good night. I've done my
Yeah.
job. We've had a good time. That's enough for me.
And I'll put an after party on for everyone else who wants to party.
Oh, yeah.
Will I be there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But you did South by Southwest.
Yes.
Was that your first time?
That was my first time. And I did the US and the UK one this year, which is crazy.
Amazing.
In 1 year.
Were they different? How were they different?
I would say they were quite different, actually.
Okay.
In their own way. I really, really enjoyed both of them. The US one was such an amazing experience because it was my first time in the US.
Oh, really?
And oh my gosh, I think Americans are the loveliest people in the entire world. I was like, I am getting the serotonin boost that everyone needs. There was a lady in the parking lot who literally drove past and then came all the way back around to be like, I had to come back round and tell y'all that y'all so beautiful. I said, I love this country. I love this country. I love the people so much. People smile. They say good morning. They say, oh, you're so pretty. What are you doing? I'm like, oh, you guys are just great. So I had a really great time in Austin because I was just talking to everyone, smiling at everyone. People were just so, that's the one thing I took away is generally the kindness. I don't know if it's just an Austin, Texas thing. I hope it's across the whole US, but the kindness of the people was just so endearing for me. I am very much a person who walks down the road and wants to say hello to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So it was very much for me. The shows were incredible. There was so much talent. I got to go with Carl Benjamin, Morgan Monroe, and Essie, who are just the most beautiful people. Like, really made like such a beautiful bond. And Tolja, so I forgot Tolja. Yeah, we had an amazing time. We had a writing camp. Gorgeous, gorgeous town. And the London one was also beautiful. Hometown, East London and Shoreditch. So that was really lovely. And it felt like pods around East London of things going on. Like you'd walk past and hear music here. Yeah. Hear music there. Seeing loads of people that you know because it is your home city and be like, oh my gosh, are you going to go to Neo? Okay, I'll see you at Neo. Yeah. Have you got the wristband? Yeah, okay, we're going to go there. So it was really lovely. Both of them were such an amazing experience. Yeah.
Did you, at the writing camp, have you released anything that was written there?
We haven't, you know. I need to actually go back through the folder and listen to them. I feel like writing camps can be one of those things where you make music and obviously everyone goes back to like normal lives and their individual stuff that you sometimes forget about some of the music that you created there. So I'm going to go back and definitely listen. But I know like there's been some amazing music that has been released from previous year camps as well. So it's something that's always been fruitful. So yeah, I do need to go back through that playlist and double check.
So for those who don't know, who are listening, can you just like give us a breakdown of how a writing camp tends to work?
Okay. So that one was run by a production team called Lock and Key. And yeah, the day usually starts with like everyone coming through. It was a really big house which had a studio downstairs and then a studio upstairs.
Okay.
Usually starts with like a little, there's always like an entree of food. I banged out them strawberries, bro. I banged out there was like a strawberry cheese and like cured meat situation going on there you couldn't rip me from that table. I said, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I just keep eating all these strawberries. But they were like the biggest strawberries I've ever seen. I definitely think there's some like
growth hormones.
Yeah. Something. I was like, this is probably disrupting my hormones, but
tastes amazing.
Tastes so good right now.
It's the size of your fist.
It's so big. I said, this is amazing. So yeah, it usually starts with like a lot of eating. And then they put artists into different rooms. So they just picked names out of the hat and some of us stayed downstairs, some of us went to the upstairs studio. And you kind of just create until the creating juices are done. And then we swapped for the evening session. Ordered food, we ordered tacos. Yeah. It really is super chill.
Yeah.
Like you're just in rooms. There's usually like one writer, a few instrumentalists, and singer, the producers. Yeah, a nice mix.
And do people have different ways to kind of create for themselves? And it's kind of like a hodgepodge of different techniques?
I think so. I think especially when it comes to like writers and singers, I think everyone has such different ways of writing. You get people who are really good at producing melodies and they'll let the beat run that the producers made or that everyone's kind of chosen that they're kind of vibing with this. And there'll be like someone who can just off the cuff just sing vocables, like it's not words but they're just singing sounds and making melodies. Hamza is an amazing person at that. Oh my goodness.
She's amazing.
She's 10 out of 10.
She's beautiful.
She, like, you can hear the song from how she's singing. Even though there's no words, you can hear the song. You already feel the theme from the emotion. She's so good at that. And you have people who are, like, really good with lyrics. Like, Loe's another artist who I think is really, really good with lyrics. Just taking the melody that's kind of been sung and then putting words to it. I think I'm more that side, too. I like to build lyrics as opposed to melodies.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more of a lyric builder. Yeah, everyone's got their own strengths and brings their own things. And you got people who are also like really musical. They're like, oh, can we change that chord to like a C minor, like a flat 5. And I'm like, yeah, you got different vibes from everyone. Yeah.
So, like, when you're writing lyrics,
Yeah.
do you go in with like an idea? Like, I suppose it's different, right? You might be walking down the street and you get an idea,
Yeah.
or you might be sat in the studio going, "This melody reminds me of this." Like, how does it tend to work for you personally?
I think the music gives you the theme.
Okay.
I think music and chords and harmony have a very special way of inducing what the song is going to be about. I don't know if there's a science to it, but you know when a song is sad. I mean, there's very simple things like if a song's in a minor key, it's going to feel like it's more emotional. If a song's in a major key, it's going to sound like it's more happy and upbeat. But then sometimes there's like certain sequences that just gives either missing someone or yearning. And there's some sequences that might feel like exciting, feels like dance, feels like, yeah, I feel like the music gives you the story. So you can come in with your own themes, but often all of that goes out the window when you actually hear the chords that are being played. But there have been times where I've been in the studio and it's like, I really want to write about, something that I'm going through. So it'd be lovely to cater to that, or want to write about just a cool topic that I found. Like I like reading books or listening to stories, and I'll be like, oh, that is such an interesting situation. I'd love to write about that. For example, recently I was reading a story which context was very much of dating someone who they felt like was very similar to an ex, like different person, but all their actions were the same. And it's like, am I just dating the same person? Like you have a different face, you have a different name, but I swear you are the same person. Like you're the same level of evil. So I was like, I'd love to write a concept of like meeting someone. It's like you are not a stranger, but you're a stranger. Yeah.
Would you say that you kind of mix between like sort of, I don't know, autobiographical and just sort of what you are given in life?
Yeah. I'd say so. Yeah, I think it's really hard to write about anything that's not relatable in any way, shape, or form. Like, I couldn't go to the studio and start singing about trapping.
Yeah.
Because I ain't done that.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It'd be very strange. I wouldn't even know where to start. Or any other random stories that just are not relatable. But I think there are things like love themes or missing someone, etc. Those are very relatable. Those are things that I think, even if you might not be going through that exact situation, you can resonate with it because it's a universal experience, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think life gives you all of the stories that you need. And even when my life isn't that interesting, my friends have the most interesting drama. I'm always like,
tell me more.
Tell me more whilst I write in my notebook. Tell me more. You're going to be on my album if you don't know.
They're like, this is going in the album,
yeah,
isn't
I'm
it?
like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I will change names, but this is absolutely going in the album. Absolutely.
So do you always write for yourself or have you written for other artists?
I've mainly written for myself. As of recently this year, I have been very consciously trying to come out of my bubble and writing for other people, writing with other people. So that's been fun. It's been scary, but it's been fun.
What made you decide to start doing that?
I was kind of like, girl, you've been by yourself for so long. You go on, get out there. Get out there, socialize.
Yeah.
I think it is a scary thing when you have been in your own bubble and comfort zone, writing and creating for so long. I mean, it really has just been me and Danny, Hilt, who co-produces everything along with me. It has just been us two. So even working with other producers was very daunting because, me and Danny just know each other inside out. Yeah. Sometimes we'll be recording and we don't really have to say anything because he knows what I'm about to ask for before I even ask. I'd be like, oh, can you put that? He's like, yep, the reverb. Like, yes. I'm like, thank you. So working with other people was quite daunting because you're kind of happy with what you have already built. But there's only so long that you can do that for. I think it is really important to explore creatively with other people. And I think that has gone well for me so far. Like, I have really enjoyed some of the sessions that I've had with other producers, other writers, other singers. And it's funny because I still come and report back to Danny, like, he's my dad, like, oh, I had a really nice session with this person. He's like, oh, well done. Like, he's proud of me. Like, good, you're going out there in the world.
That's
yeah.
so sweet. It's so good to have that relationship where he's not like, why don't you want to work with me?
He did make a joke one time saying, like, you telling me about other producers, but I'm secretly emailing them, like, lay off. I was like, that would be hilarious.
That is so funny. When you are now branching out more and working with different producers, writers, how are you finding them?
Some of them are weird.
Okay.
I'll be real.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are really strange.
Uh-huh.
Some of them I've not enjoyed, and some of them have only been one sessions because of that.
Okay. Well, in what way is it weird?
I don't know. I just think working with men is always going to be interesting when you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like that men can't behave, but some of them can't behave, unfortunately. And I'm one of them people. I don't mess around. Like, if you've made me uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, you won't see me again.
Mm-hmm.
You literally won't see me again. No music is worth it. Even if I love the song that we made, I'll literally be like, you keep it. I wouldn't want to work with or release something with you.
In terms of how they are coming across towards you as a person?
Yeah, like some men really just don't know how to act around women.
Wow.
And it's such a shame that unfortunately you really have to think of even what do I wear to sessions. Like, if I am going to a session with a producer I've never worked with, I am literally going in a tracksuit. I'm going in a tracksuit. I'm looking like Mandem because unfortunately, safety first. Like, it's such a shame. Luckily, that's not been the case with everyone. That's just been very few situations. And then others, I just think, there just hasn't been that gel, that rapport, and that's just human to human. That's not necessarily anything like of discomfort or any wrongdoings.
Yeah.
Just like, we just creatively just are not
on the same page,
and that's fine. But then there's been some amazing sessions where I've been like, yes, this is it. This is great. The music is great. The vibe is great. This is also now like a genuine relationship. This is a friendship, which has been really lovely. But yeah, it can be interesting as a woman navigating sessions.
It's ridiculous that you have to think about that, your safety, when you're just going in to do your job.
Absolutely. A lot of women I know also have the same story. Like, even I saw Thames, I think it was Thames, apologies if it's the wrong person, but I'm pretty sure she's also said something along the lines of like, I can't be wearing revealing clothes in session because men don't know how to behave, unfortunately. I mean, when you're built like Thames, you're already like knowing that people are going to be looking at you in a sexualized way. Yeah. And it's just unfortunately something that you wish you didn't have to deal with, but you do.
That is so gross.
So gross. That's really the word for it. It's just gross.
It's just so gross.
It's just
in
gross.
This day and age. Do you know what I mean?
It's horrible.
Like, control yourself.
And I always hate to be the person who has to be like, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that with men. Because you should just know to just leave me alone.
Yeah.
And even if I didn't have a partner,
regardless,
you should be respectful regardless.
100%.
And I hate the fact that sometimes I do feel pressured to be like, oh, my boyfriend. And it's like, you should just be able to just leave me alone. Right? And for me, it's just all part of the misogyny and the fact that they only have respect for other men.
Yeah.
And
misogyny in music.
You respect the man that you've never met in my life, but not me.
Right? Who's right in front of you. Who you are working with.
Right. But with a boyfriend is where you draw the line. And some of them don't. Some of them don't even draw the line there. That's the hilarious part. So, yeah.
It's just, I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. I know you're not the only one.
Yeah.
But, in the last episode with Cherise, she, who works with Black Lives in Music, she co-founded it, and they did that whole misogyny in music report, and the results are just shocking. And if people haven't read it, you can read it. It's online, and it just kind of sums up the percentage of women that are just absolutely treated to harassment and bullying and all these things for being a woman. Forget about being a black woman or a person of colour in this industry. It's insane. So it's still something we are very much dealing with. It's
Yeah.
still something that needs so much advocacy. And literally all you can do is just block that person.
Yeah.
Goodbye. See you later.
Absolutely.
And keep on doing your thing.
Yeah.
And like that, I feel like that's the best thing for you personally as
Yeah.
well. So instead of, dwelling and being like, what is it about me that makes them think they can do this? It's like, no, I don't deserve that.
Yeah.
I'm taking myself
You
out.
really have to have that mental wall of like, it's not me, it's them.
Yeah.
It is not me. I didn't do anything to invite that kind of behaviour.
For sure. Absolutely. Last question on kind of working with newer people. How does the actual day when you go into studio with a new person, how does that actually get set up?
Sometimes it's through management, like
Okay.
producers, managers, and will email my manager, or my manager might email someone else's manager.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the most natural ones just come from DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, hey, I really love your music. Like, would love to have a session. Sometimes if you're in different countries, it might just be like, can I send you over something?
Mm-hmm.
That's another way. I really just always tell people, I might even put on my story every now and then, like, if you're down to work, just message me. Don't worry. We don't have to do the whole professional going through manager thing right now. Just let me know. Send me music. If it's cool, let's put a session in. I think that's always the nicest way. Just making it feel very relaxed. Because it can get really admin and very robotic when it goes a very professional route. I just like things to just feel like you're working with friends.
That makes me think, actually, in terms of when you are coming to release a track that you've maybe written with someone else or co-produced, how do you navigate the splits situation? Do you sit in the studio and go, I'm having this percentage, you're having that percentage? Like, what should songwriters, artists do so that you don't have that awkward bit at the end where it's all getting ingested?
Because it can be awkward.
It can be awkward, right?
I think it depends. If you are working and it feels really chill, I don't think it's necessarily something that needs to be brought up straight away. But there are, like, writing camps and really big situations, or if you've been invited to like a major label writing camp where split sheets need to be decided in that room before everyone leaves.
Right.
And hopefully there is a coordinator who's able to do that, so no one awkwardly, like the artists or the producers, have to be like, hey, I know you're going home, but can you quickly sign this?
Yeah.
Like, there usually is a coordinator, like during the session will come in and be like, so this is going to be like 15% for writing and etc. Like, and you kind of decide it before anyone leaves the room.
Okay.
I think if you're someone who's been scarred in the past, like, if that's what makes you comfortable, then do it. I don't think anybody would feel a type of way of like, by the way, can we just quickly talk over like splits before we even start or before we end? But more time, for me anyway, is usually like a later conversation. And it's not been an issue so far. Like, everyone's always been really happy with the splits, etc. I just believe in fairness. And even if anyone was to like dispute like a percentage that has been offered, I'd be like, more time, I'll just be like, sure.
Yeah, right.
Fine. If you feel like you did more, that's fine.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's been going okay for you.
It's been going smoothly so far.
Amazing.
No
issues,
issues,
you're working
but I
with
would
good people.
definitely say, if you have been hurt and loads of people have been hurt, protect yourself. Like, let it not be a taboo of a conversation to have. Just walk in there with your split sheet ready, and always record. That's another thing I must say. Always record whilst you're in a session, because I found out that on PPL, if someone's not registered you as a contributor, you can just put it in PPL yourself and email them.
Okay.
And then give them evidence that you was in that session.
Okay.
I had no idea.
Right.
I've had to do it before.
Yes.
And be like, yeah, this person didn't credit me, but I was there, and here's the video evidence. And yeah, they gave us our percentage.
Wow.
I was like, I had no idea. Thank you to Musicians Union for helping with that.
And thank you for mentioning that.
Yes.
That I had no idea about that either. So if
I always tell people,
record. That is
get your little mobile out,
and you can use it for content as well.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
So I'm gonna end with questions that I ask everyone. Do you have a favorite memory or a pinch me moment in your career so far?
Oh, wow. Oh, that actually is a hard question for me,
Okay.
purely because I am someone who really struggles to be in the moment.
Mm.
Which one of my really close friends, Kamara, has been drilling into me. Like, you need to appreciate this moment. I'm like, I am, but like the work hat comes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would say definitely supporting No Name at the event time of Hollow.
Mm-hmm.
I've never played in a venue that big before, and I
Yeah.
had seen Jill Scott earlier that year in the same venue, who I'm in love with. I'm in love
No
with Jill Scott.
way. Yeah, I love
So
Jill
it
Scott.
was just like, my mind was just like, oh my gosh, Jill Scott was on the stage
Yes.
very recently, and now I'm on the same stage, and I can see some of my friends in the front row, and I can see some of them up on the third tier.
That
Like,
would be
this is
me.
crazy. It was crazy. It was a really crazy moment. So yeah, I'd say that was a pinch me moment. Like, after the first song, and I had kind of gotten over the nerves of playing,
Mm.
and then you kind of just relaxed on stage, and you kind of like, oh my gosh, like, what?
Yeah.
What am
Yeah.
I doing here? Get me off. I'm scared.
It was amazing. Like, I was so happy to be there, because my sister is a big fan of No Name, so she got the
Oh,
tickets, and then nearer to the time realized that you were supporting, and I
oh,
was
that's
like,
so lovely.
oh my God, like, it was the best thing ever. And she fell in love with you that night. Honestly, she was just like,
Oh,
she is amazing. Like, how have I not discovered her yet? And I was like, you're discovering her now. This is the point.
oh.
And so, yeah, like, I'm just always spreading the Lizzie Berchie love, honestly.
Thank
Like,
you,
super
girl.
fan over here. So, yeah, no, for me as well, like, whenever I think about it, I just get goosebumps because,
Yeah, nice to meet you right now.
yeah, like, it's just such a huge moment.
Yeah,
And I guess to have the recognition from an international artist as well,
yeah.
like, how did that conversation even come about?
Instagram. Yeah, she
Really?
DM'd me and she was like, yeah, I really like your voice. Like, would love to work with you. And I was like, I
I was
remember,
like,
I remember being like, this can't be real. I had to go check if it was a real page,
yeah,
just in case it was like a spam page.
yeah.
Because I've been listening to No Name since I was like 16.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
I was like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. And then the support slot kind of came up, and my agent said, I'm going to pitch you for this. I was like, oh. And they're like, but she is going to have to pick who she wants.
Mm.
And I was like, fingers crossed she picks me. And she picked me, and I was like
Of
really
course.
happy. I was like, yay.
Of course she did. She already told you she loved you.
I was really, really happy because I didn't know who else was being pitched. Like, it could have
Yeah.
been someone else that she also loved. But yeah,
Mm.
gave me my first opportunity to tour across Europe. So thank you, No Name.
That is just incredible, honestly. I'm so happy. Has your perspective of the music industry, particularly UK, changed from when you started out until now?
I think so. I think I've always believed that the UK possesses incredible talent.
Mm.
I guess I just didn't realize how under invested it was. I think that's the saddest part. I do think we are not given the capital to be nurtured the way that we should, because I think the talent is undeniable. And thank God we're seeing the rise of some amazing artists. You know, we see Sasha, K1 waving the flag, Ezra Collective waving the flag. So hopefully now our investors start to see the worth of the UK music industry and the talent that they have. So yeah, I just hope we continue to grow and take over this little island and world.
I think you see a lot of R&B soul singers move to the US. Same
Yeah.
with black actors as well.
Yeah.
Because there's just more opportunity out there.
Yeah.
There seems to be more capacity for the sound, for
Absolutely.
whatever it is. Have you ever considered?
I have. It's such a hard thing to consider. Because it's also understanding when it comes to R&B and soul music, US is the home of that genre. It's the land of the genre. That's where it comes from. That's where it originates from. So I guess like moving there, you would get more opportunities, but it also feels like, I don't know really how to explain it. I wouldn't want to be taking from the culture, if that makes sense, or capitalizing off of their love for their genre, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to get the balance of UK love and US love. I think both are really important. But I would hate to just head over to the US without having some success in the UK first.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to get that right.
Mm.
And I think everyone who has done the move to the US have had the success in the UK. So yeah, it's just a matter of time, really. Just a matter of time.
It is just a matter of time, I'll tell you what, honestly. Honestly. So have you got any advice for people that would like to release their own music, start producing their own music? What would you say to them?
There's no point holding on to your music. Just release it. Just release it. What's the worst that could happen? You don't want to be sat on music for 10 years thinking, gosh, I should have released it. If you love it, someone's going to love it. So just drop it. Don't be scared. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. If worst comes to worst, you just make more.
Yeah.
You keep reinventing yourself until you're happy with it. Yeah. Release that song.
Release it. Release it into the world.
Release it.
Do you have a favourite song or artist right now?
Oh my gosh. I'm really trying to think.
I know.
Who have I been banging out recently? I mean, my all-time favourite artist is Mariah Carey, in case anyone didn't know.
Love that.
I love Mariah Carey. She is always my number one artist on Spotify. So right now, there's so many. Can I name them all?
I mean, maybe top 3.
Okay. I love Lulu.
Okay,
Absolutely, I'm a big fan of Lulu. I love her sound. Who else am I loving right now? Oh, this is going to really irritate me that I can't think of anyone else right now.
But maybe that's the point. Maybe Lulu's the one.
Maybe Lulu is the one.
Right now.
Lulu, you are the one.
There we go. Lastly, I said lastly before, but lastly, can you tell us any dates that you've got coming up so people can get their tickets?
I am going to be playing Jazz on Wick Festival on September the 13th.
Amazing.
In Hackney, and so far I think that's all I've got for London. Yeah.
Okay.
There's another one that I'm trying to get, so fingers crossed you see me there. I won't say it because I don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
But I'll let you know if it happens.
I love this. It's ahead of the curve right now. Thank you, Lizzie, so much. Lizzie Berchie, for being here today on the B-side. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And where can people find you on socials?
You can find me on Instagram, across all socials actually, at LIZZIE BERCHIE.
That's Lizzie Berchie, for anyone who can't spell. And you can find me, Saskia Kumba, on IG and TikTok. You can follow the B-Side Music Pod, and you can even email us on the bsidemusicpod@gmail.com. See you next time. Yay!